Thank you for joining the third part of ABB Process Industries webinar series on sustainability. This is a pre-recorded session. Today, we'll continue sharing the case studies on how digital champions manage energy. Also, we will speak about how they align the environmental, social, and governance targets and regulatory compliance with the overall business strategy. For about 30 minutes, Anis Korchi, our digital portfolio manager for sustainability, together with Nazanin Nazari from Solution Consulting, and myself, Irina Deschamps from Product Marketing, will demonstrate the improvement opportunities enabled by the industrial software. We also encourage your questions, so you can see a QR code on this slide, and there is also a link on the website. So please scan the QR code and use the contact us section on our website, and we will get back to you with the reply to your questions. So we'd like to start today our session with a recent survey done by LNS Research. They asked environmental health and safety managers about their main business objectives. Improved sustainability and better managed operational risks are on the top of the list. But there are differences between the high-risk industries in yellow and the leaders in green. That's where the survey showed the biggest gaps. Therefore, during our previous webinars, we already shared several case studies and real-life examples of how exactly those leaders improve these two areas. And if you missed any of the previous sessions, all the recordings are available online and will be shared with you also by email. Today, we continue covering these top priority areas, but this time there will be new use cases focusing more specifically on the industrial water treatment optimization. Another area you see at the bottom is the regulatory compliance. And of course, it's no surprise that this is very important for high-risk industries who rated it higher than others. We will cover this area as well with a new case study explaining the benefits of predictive emission monitoring. Another area is about increased workforce engagement. This is something we are really passionate about. This is what will drive actions so that you meet or exceed your defined metrics. So they will share a story about what's possible with ABB's connected workforce software. And finally, we will talk about aligning sustainability goals with the overall business strategy and their industrial transformation initiatives. We will share examples of companies moving towards integrated digital operations. And now, let's look into the topic of the water, this critical component of any industrial operations. So over to you, Anis.
Thank you, Irina. Indeed, the water topic is quite important. A few facts to share. According to the United Nations, the water use has been increasing at more than double the rate of the population growth. Another element to know is that the industry is responsible for 10 to 15% of the global water withdrawals. And finally, some research shows that we will be unable to meet half of global water demand in the next decades unless investors, companies, and governments urgently improve the water stewardship. So today, there are several digital technologies that are addressing the challenges, starting from instrumentation, allowing monitoring, but then going to advanced process control, analytics, and digital modeling. In addition, some companies are experimenting with the net zero water concept. Today, we would like to share with you a few of those examples related to industrial water optimization that are already possible with the existing technologies. Let's look at the first case. Here, we have the mining industry in front of us, where the water is an integral part of the operations, but it often gets in the way. Removing it can be difficult. Any downtime in the dewatering system quickly leads to water accumulation within the mine and also possible work stoppages. As the water volume and the pressure fluctuates, the dewatering must be adjusted constantly to deliver continuous service. In many mines, the adjustment happens with manual on and off switching of the pumps without taking into account the equipment health, equipment efficiency, water levels, and why not electricity prices at every moment in the time. So we have a customer in South America, and ABB is proposing a solution that enables more energy efficiency, cost effectiveness, and a lower carbon footprint. The solution will combine several building blocks, of which you will find data analytics to understand the pump's behavior, but you will also have a layer related to advanced process control, and finally, a predictive maintenance module. As said, the solution will save energy, reduce downtime, and also prolong the life of the dewatering pumps. Let's look at another example now, and we will move to another industry, and that's the pulp and paper industry in this case. The water is a key resource also in here. It needs to be cleaned, used efficiently, and then returned to nature under exact specifications. ABB has a couple of digital solutions that were successfully used in the municipal water plants. These learnings can be also applied to the industrial water treatment optimization, since they are quite similar. There are several use cases where we can use such digital optimization tools. The first one is about the variability of influent flows and water composition. It varies depending on the paper grade that is produced, but also with the weather. For example, heavy rains may impact the water we are pulling from the natural reservoirs. So the variability of the water composition has thus an influence on the treatment process and its related energy costs and also the chemical dosing. The software purpose is then to manage dynamically all of those disturbances. A key example of a disturbance to manage is about the aeration blowers in order to use them more efficiently and reduce the energy costs. We would try to balance them optimally to reach the right KPIs, for example, the dissolved oxygen. Typically, the energy reduction enabled will be around 5 to 15%. Water quality and chemical composition can be followed precisely. To do so, an advanced digital twin is introduced thanks to our external partner. And that provides a tangible benefit of 5 to 15% reduction in chemical expenditures. So that's it on the topic of water management for today. We would like now to move to another important sustainability area, which is related to regulatory compliance and emissions. I hand it over now to my colleague, Nazanin. Thanks.
Thank you, Anis. Let us have a closer look at environmental regulations, which are increasing. The demand at least 97.5% availability of continuous emission monitoring solutions. And this increased compliance costs requires 24/7 monitoring of pollutant gases in energy-intensive industries. Non-compliance has never been more expensive in terms of both fines and threats of shutdown, and due to this complexity of industrial operations, it is often difficult to find faults in the monitoring system. So most of you are already familiar with continuous emission monitoring system, or so-called CEMS, which is often used for more precise measurement and regulatory compliance. But implementing, operating, and maintaining CEMS hardware is quite costly and requires proper training. The software-based predictive emission monitoring system, so-called PIMS, was developed as an alternative to overcome these drawbacks. It relies on using operating parameters of the combustion facilities with machine learning methods to build a model that can predict emissions. The capital costs for PIMS are about 50% lower, and its operation and maintenance represent only 10 to 20% of CEMS cost. hence can be used as a primary system as a backup for SIMs for exploiting the what-if scenarios and better decision making. ABB is currently working with a natural gas provider in the Middle East to provide maximum reliability and consistency to the compliant emission monitoring reporting. As you see here, process industry can learn from this predictive emission monitoring example. This non-invasive digital technology exploits the correlation between process variables and emissions. The cost of the compliant emission reporting infrastructure is significantly reduced for this customer, and data availability is close to 100% as required by the certification. This is an affordable, accurate, and compliant digital solution for emission monitoring. It can be applied also in pulp and paper, metal, cement, and other industrial plants with gas turbines, boilers, furnaces, internal combustion engine, or other complex process units. The key requirement here is the constant quality combustion fuel as well as proper instrumentation and automation. PEMs are compliant and accepted by international environment regulations and standards in the US and Middle East. Comparable specifications are also introduced in Europe and other countries, as you see in the map. Let us know if you are interested in predictive emission monitoring, and of course, we also provide the traditional environmental tracking, analytics, reporting with our energy management system for industries. Two more objectives from the survey: increasing workforce engagement. That's what drives actions and lets companies meet their defined EHS and sustainability metrics. Let's have a closer look. According to the study by Manufacturing Institute, 78% of companies indicated that they were concerned about the aging workforce, specifically the loss of knowledge that accompanies the retirements. The high volume of workplace departure has led to a huge gap in expertise and skills at many companies. This hinders their ability to ensure safe execution of their processes or to fully embrace sustainability initiatives. So what can be done for higher workforce engagement in the environmental health and safety initiatives? In this example, ABB helped a Japanese utility to address labor issues, safety, and regulatory compliance risks by empowering the frontline workers with modern tools. Instead of waiting for experts to arrive on the site for troubleshooting, they can call experts within or outside of their organization and solve issues over audio, video, and more immersive holographic experience. They have also converted their paper-based runbooks into interactive apps, letting the site engineers to get step-by-step guidance from their tablets. The app automatically acquires process values from the DCS to determine whether a procedure has been performed as planned. Teams are empowered to digitize and continuously improve any procedure, health and safety observation, environmental compliance, energy audits, and so on. With the timestamps, execution history tracking, and reporting, this kind of toolset was missing before. It covers many routine and complex activities not covered by other systems like DCS, MAS, or CMMS. And of course, less traveling has a direct impact on emission reduction and contributes to achieving companies' sustainability commitments, such as Scope 3. Our next studies will demonstrate how digital champions go beyond the operational and business performance objectives. They are embedding sustainability into every aspect and moving toward integrated digital operations. Irina can tell you about such even more ambitious programs. Thank you.
Sustainability program starts with digitizing the energy management. But as we have seen in some of the previous case studies, when the data collection required for energy monitoring is already in place, this facilitates the connection to other digital systems, for example, manufacturing execution system for better coordination. And the value of an overall operation strategy will be further extended when EMS and MES are also interacting with systems such as asset performance management, APM, advanced process control, APC, or connected workforce, as Nazanin explained to us earlier. So these connections are providing more automated ways to achieve those more ambitious targets by the digital champions. So this also opens them the opportunities to leverage more analytics, of course, the other ecosystem partners. And this is a trend we see. So, and we will again illustrate it with some real life examples from the customers that we are working with. So more and more mining companies, as you can see in this example, are pushing central intelligence towards the larger centers. So so-called integrated remote operation centers promote collaboration and full value chain visibility. Increased transparency brings the single source of truth from multiple sides, and it simplifies the environmental health and safety reporting. It supports benchmarking between sites and process areas. Energy demand and supply forecasting can be better coordinated. Contract accuracy can be improved, etc. And so you will see that in this case, energy optimization is not only about the costs, it's about intelligent orchestration across all parts of the operation. And in the example of mining, there is a lot of potential that could be done here. For example, if you treat the mine, the haulage, the processing plant, and other areas holistically. So let's see how different digital solutions will work together in this case for this particular customer. So we're currently integrating the mine and the processing facility. So unifying the data from multiple systems, which will enable more strategic decision support. Then, of course, the automation and energy management system will take care of all this coordination and orchestration that we were talking before. And using the data from other digital systems then will offer additional benefits related to sustainability. Examples, with APM, they will support bad actors for energy reduction potential, prolong the asset life, reduce waste. With the APC, they will operate closer to constraint limits at economic optimum. In this way, this will result in less energy, less consumables, less emissions. With MES, an operations management system for mining, they will be able to automatically coordinate production schedule with the most optimal energy mix. And with the mobile and remote solutions for connected workforce, which also includes operator training simulator, they will drive people competency. The competency can be in any area, and in this case, like as a part of sustainability program could be around energy efficiency, safety, etc. So very similar examples are happening in other industries as well. So let me give you another one from the cement industry. The enterprise clients of ABB used to evolve in a very diverse system landscape, which caused very high cost of ownership and low visibility. So leveraging ABB's vast experience in the cement domain and advanced process know-how, we delivered the first of a kind integrated IT/OT solution with very positive impact, not only on the sustainability performance, but overall productivity, quality, and reliability across the multiple plants. The return on investment was between 5 to 12 months, depending on the use case. So we can see on the next slide the examples of the solutions that were applied here. You can see how these solutions work together. So system integration and automated functions are coordinating thermal and electrical energy with the production scheduling and MES. So further savings are achieved through the process, steam and power optimization. We also implemented predictive asset management strategies and laboratory automation solution. All together, these solutions working in combination had a dramatic impact on the financial improvements. So the overall operating costs were reduced by 3 to 5%, which maximized, of course, the total profit of the operation. And of course, this goes beyond economic optimization. So this type of enterprise-wide view across multiple plants helps a lot with the tracking of the progress of the sustainability program, and of course contributes to a better reputation and a low carbon cement production. Similar to this example, we also work with the pulp and paper industry. So in this case, it's a tissue manufacturer for whom we applied a very phased approach towards creating a centralized fleet monitoring and operations. And it really aligns very well with other industries. And there was even a survey done specifically among the tissue manufacturing decision makers who underlined that profitability and sustainability as our key priority areas. So how do they implement it in practice? So of course, sustainability reporting, energy management, together with the anomaly detection solution based on artificial intelligence tools, will be part of that overall digital strategy for this customer. So they're marked in green on this graph. They will also implement manufacturing execution system. Everything you see in black, these are various pulp and paper specific process optimization solutions. There will also be a solution about asset performance management, analytics, and more. So all these will contribute to this central operation 4.0, driving the profitability and sustainability agenda. So you can see that finding various pathways to sustainability starts with the data. So we can help you contextualize all available data and turn it into useful insights for each function, not only for the corporate sustainability manager, but also reliability, maintenance, operations, energy manager, and of course, executive functions. So we hope that our webinar series has provided you strong evidence of the significant contribution of such data-driven approaches. When more people collaborate and when they do even minor adjustments on hourly, daily, monthly basis, or they do the strategic planning based on the data approach, you can achieve much more. You can establish all the decision support your people need to meet and exceed your overall goals year after year. I hope that you found our webinar series useful. Let me remind you that we can help you assess your energy performance and improvement potential, specifically at your plant or enterprise. And of course, we are ready to answer any questions that you might have. So please use the Contact Us form on the website. The easiest way is, of course, to scan the QR code displayed on this screen. And we will get back to you based on the information you provide. So I would like to thank our speakers for today, Nazanin and Anis. Thank you for being with us along all these several weeks, the 3 webinar series. So I remind you that all the recordings are available online. You can watch them anytime on demand. So thank you very much for your attention. Have a great day and stay in touch.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.